When it comes to express entry application, the comprehensive ranking system compares your score with the rest of applicants. And then the government of Canada, usually every other week or sometimes once a month or so, they look at the people who are in the pool of express entry and they pick the person who has the highest score. So before you even enter the express entry pool, you need to know what is your score. That's why the government of Canada has created a CRS calculator or tool that you can refer to, enter your information there, and based on that realize whether you qualify for or potentially qualify for express entry or not. But keep a few things in mind. First of all, this tool and the scoring system could change at any time. So what I show here is just a sample. The second thing is that unfortunately, you cannot say that this tool is 100% accurate. So it's the most accurate calculator out there that you can find. I would say probably you can accept the correctness of that up to even 99%. But regardless, expect to see a different score when you actually enter the pool of express entry. Also, keep that in mind that the information I'm offering here is just a theoretical person. Okay, without further ado, let's take a look at this system. So first of all, you need to, of course, visit the page, and I will post the link on the video, and then you scroll down and you start answering a few questions. The first question is that, are you married or not? So for the purpose of this example, I pick I am in common law relationship. And the next question is that, is your spouse or common law partner a citizen or permanent resident of Canada? The answer is no. Will your spouse or common law partner come with you to Canada? This is important because based on the answer you give, the system calculates your points differently. So I click yes. How old are you? So let's pick a random number. So let's say I am 39 years old. I'm not really 39 years old. This is a hypothetical person. What is your level of education? So let's say the highest degree is a bachelor's degree. And by the way, you need to make sure that you evaluate your outside Canada credentials. Have you earned a Canadian degree, diploma, or certificate? Let's say no. And then have you taken any tests in the past 2 years? I say yes, because if you say no, then you do not qualify at all. Now, which language test did you take? So let's say I took IELTS, and then on the speaking, I get the highest score, listening the same, reading the same, and writing the same. And then the other question is that, do you have other language results? Say yes, I took TEF Canada, and even with that one, I get the highest scores. Okay. And then work experience. Do you have any work experience in Canada? So this question is about your work experience in Canada, and actually you get points up to 5 years of work experience in the past 10 years in Canada. So let's say I have 2 years of work experience in Canada. And then the next question is that in the last 10 years, how many total years of foreign skilled worker you have? So let's say I have 3 or more years of foreign skilled worker experience. Do you have a certificate of qualification from a Canadian province, territory, or federal body? This is normally good for federal skilled trades program. So let's say I don't have such a qualification. Do you have a valid job offer supported by a labor market impact assessment if needed? So let's say I don't have a job offer. Do you have a nomination certificate from a province or territory? Let's say no, it's better. Do you have a spouse or common law partner that have at least one brother or sister living in Canada, or you or yourself have a brother or sister in Canada? Let's say the answer is yes. What is the highest level education of your spouse? Again, I pick, say, master's degree. And in the last 10 years, how many years of skilled work experience in Canada does your spouse or common law partner have? So let's say 3 years of work experience in Canada. And did your spouse or common law partner take a language test? I say yes, she took TEF and she got the highest scores under TEF. And now I calculate my score. So as soon as I click calculate your score, if I scroll down first, it shows me the breakdown of the score. By the way, the maximum score that I could get is 1200. And right now, my score is actually awesome. It's 541 points, which based on today score system, which is usually the lowest score that they pick around 470. This is an amazing score, and that means if I enter the pool of express entry, it's very likely that the first round of invitation I will be invited. But a couple of disclaimers here. You need to keep in mind that when you apply under express entry is divided into 3 major groups. We are talking about Federal Skilled Worker Program, Canadian Experience Class, and Federal Skilled Trades Program. Each of those programs have minimum selection points or minimum selection criteria. If you don't meet the minimum selection criteria of any of those programs, regardless of your score here, you will not be invited to apply. In fact, if you create your account on IRCC website, you will be refused immediately. So make sure you understand those 3 options for immigration and make sure that you meet the requirements of at least one of those options.